In my last video, I got a bunch of comments about the price of electric cars and that the price of electric cars is much higher than gas cars, and that's kind of what will stop people from buying one. I think there was a recent survey done that said like the average cost of an electric car is like $60-something thousand. Now that's because there are some cars on the low end, like the Chevrolet Bolt EV and EUV, and there are a lot more cars on the higher end. You know, electric cars by Tesla, by Porsche, by Audi, by Volvo. These cars are higher priced vehicles. So I wanted to just compare a 2022 Chevrolet Bolt EUV LT to a comparable, almost comparable type vehicle, a 2022 Chevrolet Trailblazer LT. Now bear with me on this one because this is actually an all-wheel drive model. However, the one that we're going to compare price-wise is a front-wheel drive model. The reason I'm using front-wheel drive is because the Bolt only comes in front-wheel drive. So I'm trying to compare apples to apples as best I can. Obviously, if you look at these two vehicles, the Trailblazer is a little bit bigger, but in my opinion, if you can make a Trailblazer work with your family and your lifestyle, you can most likely make a Bolt EUV work as well, even though it is a little smaller and a little less cargo space. The Trax would have probably been the better comparative vehicle to the Bolt EUV. However, I do not have one in stock that I can put in the video. So we're going with the Trailblazer here, and then I'll touch on the Trax a little bit later. So what are we looking at? We're looking at two vehicles that are similar in size, almost. The Trailblazer is a little bit bigger. They're both front-wheel drive. They both have safety assist, which is like forward collision alert, lane change alert, pedestrian braking, rear park sensors, side blind zone alert. They both have OnStar, so like all the safety features are the same. They both have heated seats in the front. They both have remote start. Basically, the major difference we're talking about here is on the Bolt EUV, you have a fully electric powertrain, and in this Trailblazer, we have a 1.3 liter turbo 3-cylinder engine. That 1.3 liter turbo engine averages about 26 miles per gallon in the city, 30 on the highway. So you're getting an estimated EPA average gas mileage of 28 miles per gallon. And the Trailblazer does run on regular 87 octane. They're also pretty updated as far as, you know, the looks, the styling. The 22 EUV here is basically all new. The Trailblazer's only been out for, you know, for a couple of years now. It does have a nice look to it, nice LED lights. They both have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You know, all the major things that you would want in a vehicle are in these two vehicles. So it's a pretty even comparison. So like I said earlier, in my opinion, if you can make a Trailblazer work with the family based on the size of this vehicle, you could also make the Bolt EUV work. Now, let's get to the pricing of these two vehicles. We're going to start with the price of the Trailblazer. Now, keep in mind, I am in the state of New Jersey. These are going to be out-the-door numbers in the state of New Jersey based on the current programs we have today in September of 2022. Okay, these are also both 2022 model years. So, the Trailblazer LT front-wheel drive is going to start at $25,440. That's MSRP. Now, at the dealership here, we do have a $329 documentation fee. New Jersey is going to charge about $400 for motor vehicle. That's your license plate fees, and in New Jersey, for a new registration, you do pay for 4 years of registration up front, and it's going to fluctuate depending on whether you have a loan, whether you have a trade. Yeah, there's different things that can throw that number, maybe $10, $15, $20 in either direction. So we're going to stick with a $400 estimation on both vehicles. New Jersey also charges $1.50 for every tire that's on every new car in the state, so that's $7.50. And we have a tax rate of 6.625%, which is $1,707.20. So if we add all that up, your out-the-door number in New Jersey based on the programs in September is $27,883.70. That's assuming you paid MSRP for the vehicle. Now, there are no actual rebates at the moment, like a consumer cash or anything like that. There is, however, on both of these vehicles, a $500 rebate if you're certain professions, healthcare, first responder, educator, active military. Because it is available on both vehicles, I didn't add it into this calculation because not everybody's going to qualify for that. So we're just trying to keep things as even as possible. Now let's take a look at the 2022 Chevrolet Bolt EUV. Again, in New Jersey as of September of 2022. MSRP on this vehicle, $35,885. Now we all know the 2023s have dropped in price, so what they did was they put a rebate, or they discounted the price $6,300. This way it brings the price of the remaining 22s to really where the price of the new 23s will be. So right off the bat, we drop down to $29,585. We're gonna add that dealership documentation fee of $329. We're gonna add the same $400 motor vehicle fee for your New Jersey license plates, and we're going to add $6 for the New Jersey tire fee. That's $1.50 per tire. However, in the Bolt there is no spare, so you're not paying that $1.50 on the spare tire like you are on the Trailblazer. Add all that up and that brings us to $30,320, which is more than the Trailblazer. The Trailblazer was $27,883. You'll also notice that there is no sales tax on the Chevrolet Bolt. One of the benefits of living in the state of New Jersey is currently we do not pay sales tax on electric vehicles. So, you know, right there alone is a $1,700 savings that you're paying on the Trailblazer that you're not paying on the Chevrolet Bolt. And then the other big benefit that we have right now is a $4,000 incentive. That $4,000 incentive was put into place on July 25th of 2022, and it'll run through until the money disappears. It has brought an influx of people in to buy a Chevrolet Bolt, because when you take that $4,000 off, you're looking at a price of $26,320, opposed to the Trailblazer at $27,883. You're saving $1,563. $1,563 on the price of these two cars, you know? So an electric car can be cheaper than a gas car. And let's not forget, if you watched my last video, we did some calculations on what it actually costs to charge the car versus pay gas. Now, currently in New Jersey, gas is about $3.99 per gallon. Our average kilowatt hour for electricity is about 14 cents. So when we did the math on how much it would cost to charge the car versus put gas in a car over like a 250-mile range, the electric car was cheaper by about $30 per 250 miles. So if you look over a year, you're going to save about $1,400 in energy cost by paying less to charge it than you would be paying to put gas in the other car. Now, again, this is as of today, September 2022, in the state of New Jersey. You know, obviously different states, and as programs change and as, you know, gas prices change and electric rates change, these calculations will change, and we'll have to recompare, and you'll have to do an assessment of what might work best for you. But what I would recommend you do is don't just look at the MSRP of the vehicle, because here we started at $35,885. Here we're starting $10,000 less. However, again, in the state of New Jersey right now, when you bring all this math down to the bottom, you're saving money, you know, right up front when you buy the car, and you're also saving money as you drive the car. Now, although I don't have a Chevy Trax here, I did put the numbers together. So on a front-wheel drive LT Trax with not as much equipment, it didn't have heated seats, it doesn't have some of the things that these two vehicles have, but again, a close comparison for like a comparable sized vehicle, you're starting at $24,885. You add your dock fee, your tax, your tire fee, and your motor vehicle, you're at $27,291. Currently, there is a $500 incentive, so that brings us down to $26,791, which is still $470 more than this 2022 Bolt EUV LT. And again, that doesn't take into effect the energy savings of it costing less to charge it than fill it with gas. I hope you found this video a little helpful. If you have any questions at all, please put them down in the comments below. If you have questions about the federal rebate, the $7,500, I don't know too much about that yet. That's really a question for an accountant. You know, once they go through all the requirements and the income and all the different things that are going to be part of that, they're really the ones to ask to see how that rebate will affect your personal situation. So I'll answer them as I get the information. Right now, I haven't really been too involved in that because I know it's not going to start until January 1 of 2023 anyway. Right now, we're just focused on what we have available, you know, currently here in the state of New Jersey. Last note, so far so good. I have just over 660 miles on the Bolt EUV, and I absolutely love it.